Hello and welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with the headlines. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the newly constructed Bangladesh House at Maryland in the USA. Rohingya militants are behind Mohib-ullah murder, blames family. ACC press charges against 6 people, including former DG of DGH's in-region hospital scam. Select court accepted charge sheet against suspended SI Akbar Hussain and 7 others over the custodial death case of Raihan Ahmed. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who is now in Washington, D.C., inaugurated the newly constructed Bangladesh House at Maryland in the USA. She opened the house at 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, said PM's press secretary Ihsanul Karim in a press release received here this morning. The Prime Minister also took part in a prayer after inaugurating the Bangladesh House. She earlier planted a sapling of fringe tree at the house. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen, Foreign Secretary Masood bin Momen and Bangladesh Ambassador to the USA M. Shahidul Islam, among others, were present. The Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, today pressed charges against 6 people, including former Director General of Health Services, DGH's Abul Kalam Azad, in the region hospital scam. 5 more people, including Region Group Chairman Shahid Karim, were named in the charge sheet in a case filed over embezzling government funds in the name of coronavirus sample collection and treatment without having any license. Apart from Shahid, 4 others accused are former Director Dr. Aminul Hassan, Deputy Director Dr. Muhammad Yunus Ali, Assistant Director Dr. Muhammad Saifur Rahman and Research Officer Dr. Muhammad Didar Islam. Of them, Shahid is now in jail, while 4 others are on bail. However, Abul Kalam Azad was shown fugitive in the charge sheet. A select court accepted charge sheet against suspended Sub-Inspector Akbar Hussain Bhuiya and 7 others in a case filed over custodial death of Raihan Ahmed at Bandar Police Outpost in Sylhet. The court also issued an arrest warrant against the fugitive accused journalist Abdullah Al-Numan, who is relative of the cop Akbar Hussain. Sylhet Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Court Judge Abul Momen passed the order on Thursday after accepting the charge sheet. On October 11 last year, Raihan Ahmed, a youth of Akharia in Sylhet city, was beaten to death in police custody, alleged his family members. The brothers of slain Rohingya community leader Mohibullah blamed insurgents for murdering him in a Bangladesh refugee camp because of his popularity and rights work. Mohibullah emerged in recent years as one of the most prominent representatives of around 850,000 Rohingya struck in camps in Bangladesh since fleeing violence in Myanmar in 2017. Unidentified assailants gunned him down late Wednesday. Bangladeshi authorities meanwhile deployed hundreds of extra armed police in the camps. Habibullah told media that his brother received death threats from the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army in recent months, and at least 8 men from the group took part in the attack. Police submitted an investigation report accusing national team cricketer Nasir Hussain and his newlywed wife Tamima Sultana of trying the knot illegally. Police Bureau of Investigation (PBI) claimed to have got authenticity of the allegation made by Tamima Sultana's former husband Rakib Hussain that she married the cricketer before divorcing him. Another woman named Sumi Akhtar is named in the report submitted by the PBI to the court Thursday morning. Receiving PBI report, the court issued summons against the trio, fixing October 31st for next hearing. Dhaka Metropolitan Magistrate Muhammad Jasmine passed the order after taking cognition of the case filed by Rakib. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back. You're watching Bangla City SATV News. Now we bring you the international story update. The death toll from bloody clashes between rival gangs in an Ecuador prison has surpassed 116, with 52 more wounded, the government prison authorities said Wednesday. Soldiers surrounded the facility, one of the country's many overburdened and understaffed jails. Inmates went to war armed with guns and grenades on Tuesday at the Guayaquil prison complex, a clash between prisoners believed to be linked to Mexican drug gangs. Soldiers and a tank guarded the complex Wednesday as police on horseback patrolling the perimeter were confronted by worried family members of the men locked up inside. The Taliban violently cracked down on a small women's rights demonstration today, firing shots into the air and pushing back protesters. A group of 6 women gathered outside a high school in eastern Kabul demanding the rights for a girl to return to secondary school after the hardline group excluded them from classes earlier this month. The women unfurled a banner that read, "Don't break our pens, don't burn our books, don't close our schools," before Taliban guards snatched it away from them. They pushed back the women protesters as they tried to continue with the demonstration. The demonstrators, from a group called the Spontaneous Movement of Afghan Women's Activists, took refuge inside the school. Bhabanipur, West Bengal, September 30th, polling for the by-polls in Bhabanipur Assembly constitutions began on September 30th. Heavy security deployed at the polling booths of ward number 71. The polling began at 7 a.m. and will end at 6:30 p.m. The continuing of the votes will take place on October 30th. By-polls in Bhabanipur is being keenly watched as the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is contesting from here. Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) fielded 41-year-old Priyanka Debrawal from the constituency. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un made an appearance on the second day of the Supreme People's Assembly on Wednesday, following his absence from the opening session of the assembly the day before. The regime's Korean Central News Agency reported that Kim said he is willing to restore inter-Korean communication lines in early October as a part of effort to improve relations and build peace on the Korean peninsula. Kim said that the regime has no intention or reason to provoke or harm the South, but he also said that it's up to Seoul to determine whether inter-Korean ties can be improved. He also said that South Korea must forfeit its hostile policy before seeking to declare an end to the Korean War. Regarding the U.S., Kim claimed that Washington's military threats and hostile policies against Pyongyang have not changed at all and have become more cunning since the new administration took office early this year. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy will find out on Thursday whether he faces a second jail term when a court returns its verdict over massive overspending on his 2012 re-election campaign. The 66-year-old remains a hugely popular and influential figure on the right despite being caught up in multiple investigations since being voted out of the Elysee Palace after a single term in 2012. In March, he became France's first post-war president to be handed a custodial sentence when he was given a 3-year term, 2 years of which were suspended for corruption and influence peddling over attempts to secure favors from a judge. Sarkozy promptly appealed his verdict, and under French sentencing guideline, he has not yet been put behind bars. Judges said he would wear an electronic ankle bracelet. However, it is not clear whether Sarkozy, who claims he is being hounded by the judiciary, will return to court for the verdict. Daniel Craig, the English actor who is best known for playing James Bond in the eponymous film series and which brought him international fame. This time, Craig got a little waylaid by the pandemic, but in 2007 has finally made it to a big screen on his 25th film, No Time to Die. Recruited to rescue a kidnapped scientist, globe-trotting spy James Bond finds himself hot on the trail of a mysterious villain who is armed with a dangerous new technology. Release date 30th September 2021 as the cast and the crew hit the red carpet in London. They discussed Daniel Craig's final outing on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Cristiano Ronaldo netted a dramatic winner in the 5th minute of a stoppage time as Manchester United edged out Villarreal 2-1 in a Champions League group stage game at the Old Trafford on Wednesday, playing against a team that beat them in a marathon penalty shootout in last season's Europa League final. United went behind to a Paco Alcera striker in the 53rd minute. However, they leveled the score 7 minutes later when left-back Alex Telles scored with an exquisite volley. The game seems to be heading for a draw when Ronaldo's late intervention handed United all 3 points. Receiving a cross from the left flank, Ronaldo headed down the ball for teammate Jesse Lingard, who laid it off from him. Despite having an acute angle to shoot from, Ronaldo's effort went in after a touch from the Villarreal goalkeeper. Before ending, we go through the Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the newly constructed Bangladesh House at Maryland in the USA. Rohingya militants are behind Muhibullah murder, blame family. ACC press charges against 6 people, including former DG of DGHS in Region Hospital scam. Sylhet Court accepted charge sheet against suspended SI Akbar Hussain and 7 others over the custodial death case of Rahin Ahmed. You're up to date with Bangla City SATV News, and to know the latest in SATV News, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.